Do you recognize this building? From here, most people probably don't. It's the rear portion of the 9-acre Civic Center site, where the Village Hall, Police Station, Fleet Maintenance Garage, and Social Service Agency building are located. The site is also home to hundreds of parking spaces for employees and train commuters. Over the next few minutes, we'll tour the site, talking about plans for sustainable, modern facilities, the options the Village Council is considering for making the next generation of facilities, and how you can participate in the decision-making process. The rear portion of the site that you see here is a fleet maintenance garage where mechanics work to maintain about 200 vehicles and pieces of equipment. The building up ahead presently houses Village Hall and was built in 1929 for industrial uses. Before being converted to Village Hall in 1969, it was a ball bearing factory. Located straight ahead is the police station. Built in 1979, it's headquarters for over 100 police officers and civilians. In 2012, the village completed a facility condition assessment, which found the major building systems in the Village Hall and police station have passed their useful life. Nearly $10 million in maintenance and system replacement costs for these existing buildings were identified. Evaluation of the buildings has concluded that a station is functionally obsolete, lacking the space and layout required for a modern police force. The Village Council is leading a public decision-making process to determine the types of improvements to be made, when to make them, what they will cost, and how to pay for them. 2 public meetings have been held so far, and the next is scheduled for September. At these meetings, the Council stated that any facility improvements must be financially and environmentally sustainable. They also identified key concepts that should drive the decision-making process.
Especially when it comes to funding and different options, I think that's important that we look at all the options.
The partnerships, as several people have said, are very important to me. I think decreasing the actual footprint in terms of the buildings that are used in terms of the governmental entities is important.
We certainly need to be mindful of our community, mindful of the burden that we may be placing on residents either currently or for the future in anything that we do.
I want to make sure that we capitalize every opportunity that we possibly can to make sure that we cover all these costs without raising a single tax.
That we end up with a implementable solution that can achieve the other goals of both the long-range financial plan and that long-term vision that we've been discussing.
We have to look at all these things while being creative with the funding.
The Council considered and discussed a wide range of options, from improving the existing buildings to building new facilities at the Civic Center site or other sites. After 2 in-depth public discussions, the Village Council has determined that the village should pursue replacing the obsolete Village Hall and police station with new buildings.
That I'm really disinterested, at least as a goal, in dumping a bunch of money into these 2 existing facilities. It just works against all of my better judgment long term.
You may recognize the building from this location near the rail crossing at Washington Street. One option is to build the new buildings here. Another option is to build the police station on Ogden Avenue, along with a new commercial development, and then build Village Hall here on this site, along with the new residential development. If you were building a new Village Hall and police station today, where would you put them? What would they look like? How would you pay for them? These are key questions that the Village Council will be considering. You are invited to participate. Many more public discussions will be held before final decisions are made. Public comments are welcome and encouraged at dgfacilities@downers.us. Please join the Village Council on September 9th for the next facilities planning discussion.